My interest in engineering and computer science kind of started in freshman year when I just did a series of summer courses to explore different areas. And I did one in epidemiology that really interested me because it was the first time I had seen like the intersection of computer science and biology. And I thought that was really powerful, using computer science as a tool, not just studying it, but studying it with the applications in bio.
How were you able to see over your high school experience, like your interests evolve? Have you always had this interest and that was kind of like what you knew you wanted to study? Or was it a little bit more of like a path of finding interdisciplinary disciplines? Tell me a little bit more about how you really tried to refine and hone what your academic passion was.
So that's a good question. I always knew that I was going to do something in the computer science realm just because through middle school I had learned computer science and I always enjoyed it. Not just programming, but problem solving and the mindset that you use to approach computer science and
Hmm.
programming problems. So I always knew that I wanted to do something where I used programming, but I didn't necessarily have enough of an interest in computer science itself to study it alone. Rather, I more wanted to use it as a tool and apply it somewhere else. I just wasn't sure where. So like I said, like freshman year, the summer after my freshman year, I did a couple of courses. And when I saw how computer science could be applied to biology in both public health areas, which is more epidemiology and stuff like that, but then also into like molecular bio and genetics, I found that really interesting. And kind of the way I knew that that's what I wanted to do was when I was learning about it and researching these areas and doing work related to it, it didn't feel like work. It was really genuinely interesting and just something that I was curious about and wanted to learn more. So then through high school, I was kind of able to pursue it and have kind of different experiences in it and get a better idea of what exactly in that field that I would want to do.
You mentioned research in terms of your extracurricular activities. How did that play out in relation to clubs or organizations like in school and outside of school in terms of how you spent your time?
So, most of the research experience that I have, I did with universities. So, I think one of the most enjoyable so I only mainly had two, and one of them I I kind of got into through just asking my school counselor, and they told me that our school participates in like this Waxman Student Scholars Program, which is with Rutgers. And so students can go and they take like a course at Rutgers on bioinformatics, and it's like molecular biology experiments and then some like analysis of
Hmm.
DNA, and then you come back and then you can be a TA for the course at school where you basically just help your peers in doing these same experiments and following the same process. I had so much fun doing that and I really loved it. And it was really informative to me because I kind of was able to learn that I didn't love the wet lab bio as much as I loved like the secondary, like the data processing and stuff like that. So that experience was able to inform me kind of in what I wanted to focus on the summer after my junior year as I was applying to research programs. And so, I just applied to research programs online and I joined a lab at Stony Brook University where I did just like programming to analyze DNA and transcriptome data.
Hmm.
And like, that experience was really important to me because I truly loved it and I enjoyed it. And that was kind of the moment where I was like, yes, this is what I want to do in college and beyond. Like, it just didn't feel like work. It was really interesting and engaging. And I loved working with my lab members. And it was like a truly rewarding and fulfilling experience.
How cool to have had that interest just
Hmm.
accelerated and sparked through that.
Yeah.
Like you knew going into the process that this is like what you wanted to do. And you approached the process with that both intellectual curiosity around the area with the extracurricular and the research experience to support that area and an overall application narrative that just kind of tightly aligned across the
Yeah,
board.
I think it was really helpful when I was applying to colleges to have such a strong understanding of what it is that I want to pursue because honestly, I think more people don't have that than they do because we're only in high school. It's hard to know what you want to do. But I think like that kind of path that I followed in kind of narrowing down where in bioinformatics and
Hmm.
computational biology, where in that intersection of CS and biological data that I want to do work, that was really helpful for me because then as I was researching schools and I was researching the research that different schools were conducting and their programs, I was kind of better able to identify this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what excites me. And that helped when I was ready